If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know it, and the whole world know it. And
when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him.
Terence Crawford and Gervonta have been at loggerheads for a while now, and we just never imagined how bad things could be if a physical meeting happened until now.
Hey, fight fans! Welcome back to Ring Ruler, where the gloves are off, the drama is always on, and we're breaking down the wildest moments in boxing. Today we've got a story that's absolutely bonkers. Terence Crawford, the pound for pound king, just stormed into the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach press conference, and it wasn't to play nice or pose for pics. We're talking interruptions, a shove that rocked Tank, and a room full of chaos that's got the boxing world spinning. If you're ready for the full scoop, stick around because here at Ring Ruler, I'm tearing it all apart, step by step, blow by blow. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss how this one ends.
whoever, I told Tank know what's up. You know what I mean? He know what he up against when he fights Shakur or Keyshawn. You know what I mean? He want to fight these guys.
So hit that like button right now, subscribe to Ring Ruler if you haven't already, and let's dive straight into the madness. Picture the scene. It's April 2025, and the boxing universe is already on edge. Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. are hyping up a rematch that's been brewing since their first fight ended in that messy, controversial draw back in late 2024. You know the one? Tank dropped to a knee in the eighth. Roach swore he had him beat, and the judges left us all scratching our heads with...
Tank would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
The draw. Fans have been at each other's throats ever since. Some say Tank got away with one, others argue Roach didn't seal the deal. Either way, that fight left unfinished business, and this rematch was supposed to put it to rest. The press conference was the launch pad. Tank's got his WBA lightweight belt shining on the table. Roach is sitting there cool and collected, promising to take what's his, and the tension's so heavy you could feel it through the screen. Reporters are lobbing questions, cameras are locked in, and it's all set to be a classic build-up. But then, out of nowhere, the whole script gets flipped upside down. Cue Terence Bud Crawford. That's right. The welterweight champ, the man who's been steamrolling divisions like it's nothing, walks into this presser like he's the headliner. No heads up, no invite, just pure, unfiltered guts. The crowd's reaction? Instant insanity. Half of them leap up cheering. The other half are gasping like they just saw a plot twist in a movie. Tank's mid-sentence probably unloading some of that slick trash talk he's known for when Crawford snags a mic and shuts it down. Roach won that first fight, and you know it, Tank, he yells, jabbing a finger right at Davis. The place erupts. Shouts, boos, cheers. It's a free-for-all. Tank's not about to let that slide, though. He's out of his chair faster than you can blink, chest out, eyes blazing, marching straight at Crawford like he's ready to throw down right. There. They're in each other's faces, trading barbs. Tank's snarling something like, "Stay out of my ring." Crawford's hitting back with, "You ain't seen nothing like me." It's electric, and just when you think it's about to simmer, down, Bud turns it up to 11. Bam! Crawford shoves Tank, hard. Not some weak tap, not a playful push, but a full-on two-handed shove that sends Davis staggering back into his seat. The room goes ballistic. People are screaming, security's diving in, and Roach is over there with this sneaky little grin like he's got front-row seats to the show of the year. Tank bounces back up, fists clenched, ready to swing, but the suits swarm in, breaking it up before it turns into a street fight. Mics are tumbling, water's spilling. It's a miracle this didn't end with someone flat on the floor. It's over in maybe 30 seconds, but it's the kind of 30 seconds that'll live forever on Ring Ruler replays, X-Threads, and every boxing highlight reel out there. By the time they haul Crawford out, the damage is done. This isn't just a Davis-Roach presser anymore. It's Davis versus Crawford, and the Ring Ruler crew knows this is about to blow up big. So what's the deal here? Why did Crawford crash the party? Let's back it up. These two have been shadowboxing online for months. After that first Davis-Roach fight, Crawford was all over X, saying Tank got a free pass with that draw. He's been throwing jabs, calling Davis overrated, claiming he'd teach him a lesson in the ring. Tank's fired back, too, dissing Bud as a weight hopper who's dodging real challenges. It's been a slow burn, but nobody thought it'd explode like this. Some fans reckon Crawford's just playing the bad guy, stirring the pot to line up a blockbuster fight with Tank. Others think it's deeper. Maybe Bud's fed up with Davis stealing the pound-for-pound spotlight when he's been stacking titles like a champ. And don't sleep on the Roach connection. Crawford and Roach have sparred together before, so was this Bud backing up his buddy? Whatever's driving it, that shove wasn't a fluke. It was a power move, and it's got the ring ruler community picking teams. The aftermath? Pure fire. Tank's camp is steaming. They're calling it a low-rent stunt, saying Crawford's chasing clout now that he's not the only big dog around. Davis hit X right after, posting, "He'll pay for that. Next time it's fists, not hands." Roach, though? He's thriving. Tweeting that night, "Bud just said what we all know." Tank's rattled. And Crawford's not blinking. He dropped a chill video on his socials saying, "I'll shove the truth in his face any day. He wants to talk? Let's talk with gloves." The fans are torn. Half are crowning Crawford the GOAT for stepping. To Tank like that, the other half say he's a fool for hijacking someone else's shine. Here at Ring Ruler, I'm just soaking it all in, because this is the kind of drama that keeps boxing alive and kicking. But let's get to the real talk. What does this mean for the future? That Davis-Roach rematch is locked for June 21st, 2025, and this shove just cranked the stakes through the roof. Roach has to be grinning ear to ear. Tank's got his eyes split between the guy he's fighting and the guy who just punked him. If Roach plays it smart, he could snatch that WBA belt and strut out with all the leverage. Tank, though, he's got a chip on his shoulder now. He's not just fighting Roach. He's fighting the whispers that he's scared of Crawford, that he's not the killer he claims to be. And Crawford's out there, pulling strings, waiting to see who comes out on top. If Tank wins, Bud's next in line to call him out. If Roach shocks the world, Crawford might just pivot and target him instead. This presser didn't just hype one fight, it lit the fuse for a whole saga that's going to keep Ring Ruler buzzing all year. So what's the next move? Will Tank get his shot at Crawford and settle this man-to-man? Will Roach ride this wave to upset Davis and steal the show? Or are we staring down a three-way clash that'll have us glued to our screens all summer? I can't predict it, but I know this. That shove turned a solid fight into a blazing inferno, and the heat's not fading anytime soon. I want to hear from the Ring Ruler fam. What do you think? Who owned that press conference, Tank, Roach, or Crawford? Who's taking the belt in June? Drop your takes in the comments below and let's get this debate rolling. I'm checking every single one. So bring your A game. Before I bounce, let's just soak in how wild this sport is. 1 second, it's all about footwork and combos. The next, it's a full-on drama fest. That's why we're hooked, right? Moments like this don't just happen, they shape boxing history. And trust me, the Ring Ruler squad hasn't seen the last of this trio. Words leaking that Floyd Mayweather's got some thoughts on his protege getting shoved like that. You know he's not staying silent. What's he planning? Stick with Ring Ruler to find out, because I've got more heat dropping soon. That's a wrap for today, Ring Ruler Nation. If you vibed with this breakdown, smash that like button. It helps the channel grow like crazy. Subscribe if you're new to Ring Ruler, hit that bell so you never miss a beat, and let's keep this boxing fire burning. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep your hands up, your eyes on the ring, and your hot takes in the comments. Peace out.